temperature is 67 degrees. I'm Sam Scott for KTUI.
Go ahead.
Hey, good morning and welcome back. Here we are live at the White Mule Winery on the high plains of Gasconade County. What a cloudy day that we have at this juncture at 66 degrees. And we're just glad to be back with you all today. We've had a few weeks down, and we're going to have a few weeks ahead of us that'll be down also, because 'tis the time of the year, and we've just approached the point where we are enjoying our family and enjoying doing a little bit of traveling. Karen and I, and this last weekend we had a best weekend I've had in an awful long time. For Christmas we give our kids and their families rented a house down at Red Cedar or Big Cedar, and we just had a spectacular time, and it's just good to have family together. We went to the Dixie Stampede, and the kids totally enjoyed that. It'd been a while since I'd been there actually with our kids, so things are busy in Branson. Everything was, the motels were filled up, the shows were going in full force, and people are just ready to get out. Ben drove down, and I rode with him, and of course I usually drive, but I kind of watched license plates that counted. It is amazing to me how many people from out of state are traveling. I would say almost a third of the traffic down there was from a different state. So, wow, that is great for Missouri. It grows our economy. It showcases our value-added products as a whole, the wine and the meat and all of those particular things that are homegrown. It's just tremendous for us to do that and to be part of the change, I think, that is happening across the economy. Of course, the change always brings challenges, and the gas at nearing $5 a gallon is also very, very challenging. But it's high. There's absolutely no question about it. But I think everything considered, an awful lot of people are still, have saved up. They want to get out. They're going to get out. And the flying situation, I think that's what we've seen at Branson, or that's what I noticed at Branson. All the people from out of state, a lot of those are Kansas and Arkansas, and fairly close, but a lot of New York and Pennsylvania and wherever. But the thing about driving is that you have more control over the dollars you're spending to some degree, because there's, you get on a plane and you fly somewhere and you got a family, you got to rent a car, and there's just so much more flexibility when you do, have a vehicle to shop and find the places, that you want to stay. And the campers, of course, are tremendous amount of campers on the road and doing their own thing. So it's all good. And one of these days we'll just talk about the gas and what's going on there, and the whole economy is at a real shift, in my opinion, in regard to where we are and probably where we're going. And while I don't see a whole lot of relief in short term, costs going up, those that are my age have went through this at least 2 or 3 different times, and we kind of know what you have to do, and you have to, where you can tighten your belt. And at this juncture, it doesn't impact my generation nearly as much as it does Gracie and Angie's generation, those raising kids and making car payments and house payments and all of those things. But they're smart kids, and they'll they'll do well. But anyway, good to have you back here on this Thursday, and we're going to be talking about Owensville and its parks and recreation. Angie Larimore has no stranger to the White Mule, has been here, several different times. She manages this the park and recreations at Owensville, and we just wanted to talk and highlight some of the things that are going on. A couple of years ago, a new pool was put in, but there's a lot of new things that we want to talk about. But first of all, Angie, I want to say congratulations. Congratulations to you and Kyle on your new addition.
Thank you.
Jack.
Jack.
Is what you said. Jack is his name, and 6 months old today?
6 months old next week.
Next week. Mm-hmm. So that's a big change.
It's an incredible change for two parents that are very involved, or two people that are very involved with their work, to shift to parenthood. It's taken a little bit to acclimate to, but luckily we have a really great support system to help us. Because if we didn't, I don't know what we would do.
Well, I know you and I know Kyle very well, and I can just guess that Jack's demeanor, if it's anything as pleasant as you all demeanors are, that you're very blessed and lucky, because he's growing up in a household. I'm saying that is kind of even keel, to a big degree, and thought through, and of course there's always some drama, what I'm saying, with grandkids, and Grandpa Larimore, being the first Larimore son of his family and in his family. It's a big deal. It ain't just a little deal. It's a huge deal, isn't it?
It is. And you are right. Like, Jack's demeanor is so calm and pleasant all the time. If he is crying, it's definitely something's wrong. His tummy hurts. He has a dirty diaper, something. But yeah, he, with the whole family surrounding him, he definitely got a lot of the Larimore in him when it comes to even keel and calm. And he definitely got the spunky Sullivan side when he wants his way. Because the Sullivan side, we are very strong-minded and we know what we want. It's a good mix.
Well, you apply it well. There's no question about that at all. There's no doubt. Well, a welcome addition to our community, of course, a welcome addition to your family, and things only get better, as time goes, and I'm sure Kyle is still conservationing, and got a lot of responsibility there as you with the Parks and Recreation Department, so you are active, you are busy.
Oh, yeah.
And but that's good, it is good. So, what is happening in Owensville as far as the parks and recreation? I know that, there's a lot of new things there, and, we continue Owensville as an aggregate thing, from my viewpoint, is we continue to grow, from an industrial point of view. Not a lot of diversity, but the printing company, I'm saying, has made huge commitments to our area, which brings in a lot of family, a lot of influx, or some influx, because some of those plants that that the printing company had, they were closed, and they're bringing in new families, which is good. It's a good mix of new people and things, and I'm sure a lot of those people, one of the first things they probably experience if they have families is our park system.
Yes, it is true. Not only do we serve a large majority of the residents, but we get a lot of people from outside of Owensville too. And I think it just speaks for what Owensville has to offer. We have people that travel from Cuba, Herman, Union. We have people that come to our pool from Union, even though Union has its own aquatic facility. So it just speaks to what Owensville has to provide. This past weekend, Jack was introduced to Winter Water Park for the first time in his first opening, weekend opening. And so we kicked off the 9th season. You said earlier that the new water park was just a couple years old. Can you believe it's ninth? It's
No, I can't believe
season.
I've been sitting here for this long talking about the vision of that. Wow.
So 2014 was its first operational season. So 9 years, but it's still a wonderful facility that so many people that are not from Owensville come and they say this is our favorite pool to visit. So we just had our opening weekend, one of the best Memorial Day weekends that I can remember in a long time over all the facilities that I've managed. Usually you're burdened with rain on Memorial Day, and if it's not rain, it's extremely cold weather. Well, it was mild temperatures, but the sun shined all weekend, so it made for a really great opening weekend at the park. So.
And COVID, the last several years, you had to deal with the COVID and, the uncertainty of those things. But, I think it speaks volumes about our community when people are traveling to come to bring their kids, to an area that they feel good about. They feel safe, of course. They like the facility, but they also like the surrounding and all the other amenities that Owensville, has to offer. So it's a good place to raise kids.
It is. It sure is.
So Jack is gonna know, right?
Jack, he's already, monitored the walking trail. He's helped with invasive species polls before he even was born. He's going to be right in the thick of everything that has to do with Owensville Park System.
There's no question about it at all. Well, Memorial Day had just passed, but we want to highlight the Veterans Park there to a big degree. It's really an inspiring area, we didn't stop there on Memorial Weekend, but it's a great tribute, and I don't remember exactly who designed it and how it came about, but it's a gorgeous place, and it's very solitude and a sober, but also a place to recognize the freedoms that we have. And it's designed in that respect, this little city park right across from it there, so families can get together and use them amenities to have picnics or whatever, and dwell a little bit on the price that has been paid for the freedoms that we enjoy.
Yes, it is so true. You see people visit the park and they're just enjoying the surroundings, possibly looking for a brick from their family member. But it's in a great location, and the whole group of people that work together to make it a reality, we really have them to thank, because it was a private group, and then once the park was completed, then it was deeded to the city for us to maintain and continue. And so that private group, spearheaded by E. Louise Baker, to raise the funds, they did a phenomenal job, and we want to make sure that we keep it a gem of the community. And so the purchasing of the bricks is still an ongoing program, so that we can continue to add to the park, and then continue to maintain it at a certain caliber. So,
well, and families continue to expand and grow, but you come to a certain point where maybe like my brother, you know what I'm saying, he's part of that. We have bricks for him, but both of my brothers, but then you get sometimes to the next generation, that it's not only the siblings but also the aunts and the uncles and the grandkids, and what a wonderful family thing to do, to maybe consider buying a brick as a family for some of your loved one, that have sacrificed themselves for the greater good or our freedoms and things. It really is something that can be recognized and something that you'll be proud of, and your grandkids or whoever the next generations are going to remember that special time when they have, and then memorialize, you know what I'm saying, or pay tribute to those that have given it all.
Very true. And some people are under the impression that it's possibly only for Owensville or Gasconade County military veterans or servicemen, and that's not the case. It's for anyone who has fought for our freedoms. And so I'm a perfect example. I purchased a brick for both my grandfathers who fought in World War II, and then my uncle who fought in Vietnam War. And my uncle lives in Colorado. Both my grandfather who passed was from St. Louis, and my grandpa Jack, he's now lives in my hometown, Jerseyville, Illinois. But when I sent that picture to my uncle who fought in the Vietnam War, he called me and he was crying. He said, "This is the nicest thing that I have ever received," because, as you know,
Yes.
they were not welcome back. And so he had never received something like that. And so when he was in town not too long ago, we took him and showed him the brick at the park, and he was amazed.
And you can share that with your Jack, you know, because odds are he's going to grow up, you know, you know, pretty close here, just knowing, you know, where you're from. And if not, this will always be his home, and he'll always be able to recognize those of his forefathers that are recognized there. So it does play, you know what I'm saying, and it does show great respect, you know, and honor for those that do it. So those are available, and like you said, Angie, you can do however far you want to go back, whoever you want to recognize. And sometimes with genealogy being as it is, we continue, our family continues to learn new things, you know, back to Germany and those things, because it kind of reaches out there. But we kind of get together every couple of years and talk about all over the country where our Schlottic name is and where they came from. And it's meaningful, you know, and you'll find something that all of the Schlottics everywhere, no matter how far detached they are from it, it finds something very recognizable, you know what I'm saying, that brings everything together and is kind of iconic for each family. So that's great. So the Memorial Park, the Veterans Park is there, and the address, it's right across, it's right behind Woody's Bank.
Yeah, it's right behind First State Community Bank, which they were the company or the business that donated the
land
property for it, which was a great gift. And it's actually, the address is 305 West Jefferson Avenue, but it's across the street from Bushman Park too. So it's in a great location, easy to get to, and we hope people, if you haven't stopped there yet, stop and enjoy the little gym.
Grab something there and have a little lunch there, have a little I guarantee you that whenever you do that, you'll feel better because of it, and take a little walk through there and just enjoy the area. So we talked a little bit about the 9-year-old pool, you know.
9 years young.
Maybe, you know, time flies, but you know how great of an asset, you know what I'm saying, that is to our particular community. And it is open. Memorial Day is a traditional pool day. We took the kid to the pool when we was at, I was along, but it was a little chilly. But the kid didn't mind it a bit, you know what I'm saying?
They don't.
It was perfect for them, you know, so, you know, and you'll be open till Labor Day?
Yeah, so the pool's open daily from 12 to 6 p.m., and that is weather permitting. Like yesterday, we didn't open because of the rain and the air temperature, but and the gloominess, combination of things. But typically, daily from 12 to 6 p.m. now.
Do you post that online or anything?
Yes,
You're
it is
open
on our
to-
website.
Okay.
And
so-
Facebook, so.
Okay. Pool open today, pool
Oh,
closed? Or
no, not when it's open.
Okay.
But when we close due to
Weather.
weather, then we do make post about that. Or if we close early because of weather moving in.
And I think everybody recognizes that's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying, when there's a thunderstorm and.
It does happen.
You know,
But I always make sure that I mention weather permitting because, you know, you will have that family that travels an hour away. It happened last year. A family came from Washington and we were closed because Washington was sunny and we were rainy and gloomy. But we are open through Labor Day, but once Gasconade County R2 School District goes back in session, I believe on the 19th this year. So that Sunday will be the last daily operation, and then we're open from weekends only after that point. We won't be open Monday through Friday when school goes back in session. We just wouldn't have the staff.
Right.
But we're open
Totally understand.
2 additional weekends, and then of course our final day of operation is that Monday of Labor Day.
We find it hard to run the business without the school kids ourselves here, you know, and, you know, thank goodness for them, and it's good to have them back. Even though days like yesterday also, it's kind of challenging to find something for everybody to do, so.
Right.
You know, but it's all great, it's all fantastic. Well, you know, since you have been here, one of the things that I have seen accomplished is, you know, the campgrounds, you know, that are there. I mean, they've kind of roughly been there, you know what I'm saying, for a while, but we're highlighting them at this junction. Some great improvements, you know what I'm saying, has been made to that because camping is in, not just for the fair,
Right.
but camping is in, and often I go past the park and see that there's, you know, people camping.
We just had 5 campers last weekend in the campground, and you know, we're definitely not at a state park caliber yet, where we are full every single weekend, but we are definitely on the map. And so that was one of the biggest tasks when I started. I wanted to make sure that people knew about our campgrounds because, like you said, people camp more than just during the fair week. So let's make sure that it's an amenity that everyone knows that we offer. There were people within the community that didn't even know that the park system
I totally agree.
had a campground. So getting it out on all of those, or as many travel apps that I can, so that when people search it, they can find it, or Google is a huge resource. Just making sure that we had an address and a placeholder on Google was big, because what's the first thing you do when you need to search something that you're not so familiar about?
Google.
You Google it. So campground near Owensville, Missouri. We wanted to make sure that we came up when that is searched, and we now are. And so it's fantastic. Last year we had campers from 13 different states stay
Wow.
with us, and then a bunch from Missouri. But and then this year we're already surpassing that 13 state number. So, and I always ask, how'd you hear about us? Oh, I just searched you. Great, because that's really what I want, is that people can find us when they need us. So we have 25 spots.
25.
Most
Wow.
are equipped with both water and 30 amp electric. There's 2 that only have access to electric, not water. But and it's $20 a night, which again, like,
That's
it's cheap.
dirt cheap.
Yes, cheaper than any state park or definitely
Private
private. But and then we have a dump station, so we're not full hookups, but they can certainly dump when they leave, and that's $10 to dump, and they just include it in their reservation. But yeah, I mean, when campers come, they have the great walking trail. During the summer months, they have access to the pool for the fee. Not people have asked if it's included in their camping. We're not at that point yet, but yeah, it's just
Golf course.
Golf course.
You know, it's kind of all right there. Tennis
is.
court, you know, yeah, it's there.
Charlie.
No, not so much.
The tennis courts did get removed. But
And I was just thinking of taking it up.
well,
Shucks!
you can take up pickleball. We're putting in a pickleball court. So But
Do I even dare ask how long the tennis courts have been down?
they just
Not 9 years.
no. Since the fall. Since the fall, they were removed.
See, I haven't started my summer workout program.
So not long. You weren't that far behind, but
Now I have to think about it a couple more weeks before I start.
we still have racquetball courts too. You can take up racquetball.
That's pretty fast.
Then maybe pickleball's your speed.
Yeah, we shall see. But okay, no tennis.
But yeah, the campgrounds are there, and this weekend we'll have 2 campers. So we're not full, but it's definitely nicer to see campers camping than a completely empty campground.
There's no question, and you know it takes time, and when your own community don't know it, because so many times that's the people that use that are coming here for a wedding or coming for a funeral or coming for a family reunion or something, and if your community don't know it,
Right.
then odds are that they're not going to spread the word that hey, you can camp right here. We're going to have a reunion or something at the park or whatever.
And word of mouth is one of a great advertisement. So yeah, if they don't know about it, then how can they promote it?
And one thing that I've recognized is that we do the harvest to host here, which is basically just a place where we just offer them to spend the night, on our premise here, and there's no charge for that, but the program includes they have to do some shopping here, saying they have to, either eat or, buy some wine or, some meat or whatever, in order to do that. Campers talk, campers know, and they have their own, I guess, Facebook or whatever, but they know it before they pull in here. There's must be an app or something that, people, because they walk in the door and they know that we have mule shine, they know that they want to come on a Friday night and have a steak, they want to see the mule, they recognize wherever they're from that they want to be, and this is what they want when they pull in.
Yeah.
So they talk and they communicate, and that's spread the word.
Yeah, it does. And I've also I joined the Herman Chamber of Commerce because
Absolutely.
as a camper myself, you identify that Herman's campgrounds are full every weekend starting their May Fest, I think, all the way through the fall. And so I saw that as an opportunity that we have something to provide, but they don't know about it.
Right.
So when a camper calls in and wants a spot, but they're full, boy, wouldn't it be great if they could say, oh, but you can check in with Owensville. They have a city campground. And I mean, it's a 25-minute drive, but so we have been getting a few from that are visiting Herman. Just last week, and we had a couple that were, their intentions were to stay in Herman, but they couldn't. And so they just drove back and forth, and it worked out really well. So
and we get a whole lot, from Herman in the campground. We've got parking here. I know a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday there was like 3 different camper full, that heard about us and come for chicken and did whatever. So it all works together, and it's all good for everybody. There's no question about it at all. And and their campground, is very nice. They're in the midst of things, but like I say, campers know each other. And they all usually, most of them have some other way to get around. Other than than just the campers that they're with. So yeah, it's a huge thing, and it's good. And of course, the golf course in town is, I'm not a golfer, but hear good things about it continually. Rick Larson does a lot of the work up there, and Rick did a lot of work here, and one thing about Rick is that he's very, very proud of what he does, and he does a great job taking care of and being responsible, you know what I'm saying, for anything that he does there. So I'm sure, and he's a golfer too.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's got to get in all of them. You know, he hears, you know what I'm saying, and he knows what he knows, and, you know, he's a lot better than me cutting the grass at the golf course.
He's definitely a doer, and we are very fortunate to have him and him being able to lead the crew. The course is better than it has looked in a very long time, in my opinion, and I've received those compliments from golfers as well. And it has to do because of Rick's hard work, and he sees something, he does it. He doesn't wait around and wait for somebody else to identify
Tell him what to do or how it needs to be done.
He does it, and he's doing a great job, and we are very fortunate and appreciative of his hard work keeping the golf course, because it is people think it might be just cutting grass, but it's not. You have to know how to give that tender loving care to those greens. And just this past weekend, our watering computer control board went down.
Wow.
So him and his guys were out there hand watering the greens this weekend.
Wow, that's
Dedication.
over the holiday weekend, and here they are, you know.
Yes, making sure that we don't lose our greens, because if we lose our greens, that's...
And Rick just takes that responsibility and he does it, you know what I'm saying? That's huge.
He contacted me and said, hey, we need to buy this, we need to buy this motherboard. So I took that. I was like, I can do that. I know how to purchase something. So that unit should be in today. And so we'll get it back up and running, and the guys won't have such labor-intensive mornings. But yeah, so the golf course is open Tuesday through Sunday. We do, the clubhouse itself is closed on Mondays, but it's open, the course is open to golf on, but it's just honor system with the drop box, the money drop box. But the clubhouse is open Tuesday through Sunday, and we are open from 9 to 5 Tuesday through Thursday, and then 8 to 5 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And how much is it to golf there? I have no idea.
So it's $10 if you walk, and $15, I believe, with a cart.
You know,
per person.
We were down at the top of the rocks.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you know, the heritage. You know, and none of us are golfers. But I never looked. But somebody told me the week before when I told them we were going down there, said, "You got to golf?" And I said, "No, we don't golf." Well, to play around the golf, they said it's $300. $300 to play around at the.
That's crazy.
It kind of seemed like it was to me, but you know, it is a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? And we ate there actually at the Osage restaurant, Grace and I, and Ben and Karen, and it's great. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it is very pricey, you know what I'm saying? At least double white mule prices, if not triple.
Yeah.
You know, but when you look around and realize, you know, the service was impeccable. You know, it was a beautiful evening, sitting there. When you're in business, you realize that all of that has to be priced in somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you know, we have our own beauty here, we think, you know what I'm saying, but top of the rocks. That may be a little bit better. You know?
It's a different beauty. It's a different beauty.
Well, it's a different view, and then at at sunset, it was a beautiful evening on that, and then they come in and they play music on the bagpipes.
Oh.
You know, for a half an hour, and they toast the sun, you know, setting, and, you know, those things, they're memories, you know what I'm saying, that Sawyer will maybe not remember, but, you know.
Not quite. Not quite.
With, you know, anyway, it is a great place, you know, but golfing is such a culture. Golfing is such a business, a place to, you know, do business, to share ideas. to be together, and it, you know, there's an awful lot of deals that have been struck on the golf course.
Yeah.
So,
and our little gym serves a great purpose too. A lot of the local nonprofits rent the course for their annual fundraisers. So like the Moose Lodge has their upcoming fundraiser, not this weekend, no, the 26th. And so that's one of their largest fundraisers of the year. And so it's nice to be able to have that avenue for nonprofits to be able to utilize it and host a fundraiser to help their organizations too.
yeah, there's no credit. It just adds to the community. It's another amity that, you know, people really enjoy. So, you know, you're getting ready at this juncture for the park to be overrun.
Yes.
By the fair coming up here in just what?
8 weeks?
Huh?
8 weeks?
8 weeks?
Yeah. Yep.
So, you know, it'll be there, and, you know, preparations are being made now, you know what I'm saying, in regard to what, we hope that it dries off a little bit, you know what I'm saying, there's no question. But the park looks marvelous, by the way, just driving past it, and, you know, the grass this year, you know, I don't know how they maintenance that big area and keep it looking pristine as they do, but they do a great job doing it, and it really adds, and it is gorgeous. All the trees and things you have there, and you know, the buildings look well maintained and everything. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And it's not an easy keeper, I know that.
Terry Howicki and his crew do an amazing job on the park side to keep our parks a little, I'm going to say gem again. I mean, the first time I drove through Owensville, when Kyle brought me for the first time, I looked, and as we were passing that park, I said, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's our Memorial Park." And I was like, "That's amazing. How big's this town?"
Yeah.
I said, "You have a walking trail, you have trail lights, you have amazing mature trees, you have a campground, you have ball fields." Oh my goodness. So him and his crew do an amazing job to keep everything beautiful. And yeah, it's going to be highlighted before the fair kicks off. Actually, the first big event of the summer is the Firemen's Community Picnic and Fireworks. So that will take place on Friday, July 1st.
Okay.
And that's kind of like the opening of the summer season. And then we'll roll right into the fair at the end of the month. So.
Of course, now you have ball games going on, you know what I'm saying, above and below both. I'm not exactly sure, since we don't do an awful lot of
Not
that.
yet.
No, we've been there, done that, but it's coming again. But great ballparks, you know what I'm saying, for the kids, and it's you know, it's a great place to spend the evenings. There's no question about it all, and we did that a time or two. And now you have a full-fledged at the lower ballpark. You know, you have, you know, bathrooms there, and you know, I don't know, do they serve food every?
Not at the lower one.
Not during the ball games.
Not during the ball games. They don't serve. They run the concession stand up at the Memorial Field up at top. So if anybody down below needs soda or snack, they can go up to the top concession stand. But that's ran by the OAA, Owensville Athletic Association.
Okay, I didn't realize that. So down below, recently you just had a bull ride down there, you know, and you do a lot of motorsports and rodeo kind of things, and you know, then you know, for the fair it'll be that lower park will be one of the main the main attraction for all of the above, with the exception of, you know,
The concerts. Yep. So the concert, the main stage concerts take place in the outfield of Memorial Field, but down below, you know, is where they'll have the truck and tractor pulls. I believe possibly a rodeo. I don't know the lineup, but yeah,
they usually do have a
and
rodeo.
demo derby.
Yeah, that's big. You know what I'm saying?
So.
But then the tractor pulls are like antiques and new and old and yada yada all the way through. So There's and they got the big boys coming in the truck.
Yep.
You know,
They
pulls
sure do.
those things, but.
I know
lot-
that the fair recently, within the last week or two, had put their tickets on sale and the calendar lineup. So the information is out there on their Facebook page to get an idea of what to expect each night and where they can pre-purchase tickets too.
You know, and we have a large, you know, park there where it can hold a lot of people. There's no question, and we draw a huge crowd. One of the challenges used to be, though, parking, but now we have shuttle services from, you know, a lot of times Walmart, and then also the old Majeski's.
Yes.
I still want to call it the old shoe factory or whatever, but anyway.
I think that's Majeski's parking
Yeah,
lot,
it
right?
is.
Okay.
It is. So, you know, and that is great because you can park right there, you can walk, you know, right there, ride the shuttle. They're going to drop you right on the grounds. You don't have to walk at all. And they do it every half hour, whenever, I don't even know. But it's just a great way to experience that with no hassle.
Right, and not trying to have to fight to find a parking space, and then the crowd of trying to get out of the parking space. Yeah, the shuttle, when they introduced that shuttle concept, it's a great idea. And it's nice that they're partnering with the local shuttle company here in Gascony County.
Right,
So.
Herman, the whatever that.
But yeah, I would assume that they're still planning on doing that out of Walmart and Majeski's parking lot this summer season. So yeah, it's an easy way to come to the fair.
It is an easy way, and you know, you get to the point where we press the easy button.
Yes.
We calculate how far, you know, and what we have to do. Because I mean, you know, it's great for the kids. It's great. There's a lot of handicap accessibility there. You know, the park itself is very accessible. You know what I'm saying? To
And they do have the
handicapped-
courtesy carts.
Yeah,
Yep.
but even for ball games or whatever, you could park there and see your grandkids play or do whatever. So that's all good. Well, one thing that I've noticed here is that you have water aerobics.
Yeah.
You know, that's a participating sport.
It is, but it welcomes all levels and abilities. So our water aerobics program is instructed by Shannon Taylor through the Gasconade Wellness Center. So she takes advantage of the pool during the summer season, and we offer water aerobics Tuesday evenings and then Thursday mornings. So there's two options to choose from. Participants can take advantage of one or the other or both. And so there's different price levels and price points, but it's a great, me and Kyle actually the last 2 summers did the Tuesday evening water aerobics classes. Yes. So it's for men and women. And we actually loved it. It's low impact, so you know, you don't go home sore, but you're getting a workout, you get your heart rate up, and you have your workout done for the day in the water. So it's refreshing too.
And you know, Shannon is a ball of fire.
Oh,
you know
she
what
is.
I'm saying? And she's a great motivator. You know, and she does a miraculous job all the time and has so much energy. You know,
She does.
and works tremendously hard. You know, at what she does. But you know, water aerobics. We had some neighbor farmers. You know what I'm saying? That several years back. You know, they had, you know, issues, and, you know, they start doing like the water aerobics for, you know, weight and strengthening and heart, and they were astounded, you know what I'm saying, by how much better they felt and how good a therapy that it is and can be, you know, for people that have, you know, issues of health to deal with. So it's a good thing.
Well, every summer we have a few that have some hip issues, or they've, last year we had someone who had just had a hip replacement, and she wasn't able to do walking or traditional land aerobic machines, but the doctor said, is there any place that you can do water activities? And she's like, yeah, our local pool. So she took advantage of not only the water aerobics, but then we also have the river walk, which is just a casual program. And by casual, I mean it's not like instructed. So people come in from 11 to noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and they just walk the current river, and then they switch directions every 15 minutes, so they get that cardio aerobic activity for $1. So it's very reasonable, and they come in and they get their exercise done, and we now have it 4 days a week. We added Sunday this year, and so we do have a couple options for that physical activity that when participants are needing some low impact, or I do the current river walk too. It's a nice change up from your normal exercise during the summer.
I'll have to make note of that. Since in fact the tennis courts aren't there. So you also have the Tot Splash.
Yeah.
That is an organized program.
Yep.
There that probably more maybe.
So the Tot Splash is a time just for kids 0 to 6 years old, that they can come and enjoy that zero depth castle area without all the hustle and bustle of the normal pool hours, because they're little kids and sometimes those bigger kids can intimidate them, or just they're overstimulated because of all the activity
Right.
of the normal pool hours of 12 to noon. So on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 11 to noon, it's designated Tot Splash, and so parents,
And
grandparents,
everybody can be focused right there on those as they're doing it and learning and
Yeah.
having fun.
and they get that time, because a lot of the kids, like up to 3 and 4 year old, may not have had that time to interact and socialize with other kids their age outside of
Very
their
true.
family.
Very
So
true.
it gives them that time to form those relationships and bonds with other kids and learn how to share, and it's
Especially
a great time.
2 to 3 year olds right now, because they have not, because of COVID, they have not experienced, that kind of interaction at all. But
Yeah.
here's something that we did talk about when we were on vacation: the swimming lessons.
Yes.
We talked about all of the grandkids and who's going to do, and there's really, I don't know if this has an age to it, but they're starting very early with swimming lessons anymore, and it's almost, in my opinion, a necessity. You know what I'm saying? To teach kids how to swim.
It is a necessity, and unfortunately, the statistics tell us that it's a necessity. Drowning for kids ages 0 to 19, it's one of the leading causes of death.
Wow.
So it is a necessity. It's not a desire. It needs to be a need. But yes, we do provide group swim lessons, and they are age-based, but the starting age. So our beginner levels is 3 years and up. So if a kid has never been
Right.
introduced to the water and they're 8 years old and they don't feel comfortable putting their face in the water, they would start in the beginner
Sure.
age, or the beginner category, because we need to get introduced into that water before they start working on other activities. But yeah, they're $35 a session, and we offer 3 sessions with morning and evening times, and this is
Now the session includes how many times they get to go? Just once?
so Monday through Thursday, and
Okay.
then Fridays are reserved for makeup if in the event of weather.
Okay.
So so they can participate in all 3 sessions, so that would be 3 weeks worth of swim lessons.
Okay.
But yeah, it's 4 days, and then Fridays.
It's
are
not
reserved.
$35 a day.
No, it's for that.
For that session.
Yep. So June 20th through the 23rd is
Okay,
$35.
that's
Yep.
okay.
And so our beginner and intermediate is max of 5 participants per instructor. So if we happen to have 2 instructors that can work the beginning level from 9:15 to 9:45, then our max would be 10 kids, because
Okay.
it's 1 to 5 ratio.
Sure.
And then we also offer water babies, which is what I'm going to be getting Jack in, 6 to 36 months. And so really, we're not working on activities or like getting out of the pool. It's basically the parent or grandparent in the water with the baby, just to get them comfortable around the water and not scared of it.
Yes, that's the key. Hey, we are talking with Angie Larimore from the Parks and Recreation Director of the Owensville Park System, and if you've been listening, quite an extensive job description that you have across the board, and what a great part of our community. So we're going to take a little break here on KTUI 1560 AM, 94.1 FM, or possibly you're watching on Facebook Live. And Gracie is going to get us up to speed on what else is going on in our neighborhood and neck of the woods. It's getting that time of year, Grace, where I could almost smell ice cream in the air. You know.
Yep.
So what's going on?
There's quite a bit going on the next couple weeks. Bogies is having their 27th year anniversary, Saturday, June 4th. They will have live music by Iron Road from 8 until midnight.
Bogies is a great watering hole that's been there for 27 years, but even prior to that, the plasmars. I wonder how long them doors have been gone through, because there was a long time. I remember Dad used to go in there, and once in a while I went in there too.
Ebenezer Stone Church is having a drive-through only chicken dinner and homemade ice cream Sunday, June 5th. They'll be serving from 11:30 until 3. There'll be no worship service. Homemade ice cream, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, and they will have chicken dinners. Sounds
and that's
good.
the Stone Church Road out of Gerald.
Yep.
Or New Haven.
Off Highway
wherever.
Y.
Right.
St. James UCC at Charlotte is having their annual picnic Friday, June 10th. Serving will start at 4. Everyone is welcome. We'll have homemade ice cream, sandwiches, and pie, roast beef, chicken, and fish, brats, and hot dogs. I'm a little biased to this homemade ice cream, though.
And you're on that committee too, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I seen you hung a sign up there at Rosebud.
I did. I need to go fix it.
I was going to say, when I come, it's hanging a little bit there one side.
Well,
What's the deal?
We had to go above the Gerald picnic sign, so I wasn't tall enough, so I need to take a ladder up there. But it'll be fixed.
All right.
For those who are wondering.
Yes.
The Rosebud Emmanuel Lutheran Church is having their picnic Saturday, June 11th at Rosebud City Park. They'll be having deep fried chicken or fish dinners, homemade pie, and ice cream. Have live music and a GTA car show in memory of Donnie Waymeyer. Beginning service will start at 4 o'clock for serving. Car show will start at noon. St. John's UCC in Bem is having their church picnic Saturday, June 4th, serving from 4 until 8. Sandwiches, homemade pies, and ice cream, kids' games, and a country store. Their quilt auction will be at 6 o'clock.
They changed their, they used to be Memorial Day weekend all the time, and, you know, I guess they were tired of getting rained out.
Eddie's Army is having a 5K walk run Saturday, June 11th. Race day registration will start at 7:30 a.m. It's at Memorial Park in Owensville. The run walk will start at 9. The 5K registration fee is $30 and the 1 mile fun walk is $20. And this Friday night at the White Mule, we will be serving steak, chicken parmesan, shrimp, and beef kebabs from 5 until 8:30. Saturday, we will have pizza, wings, and hamburgers from noon until 5, and then steak dinners after that. Sundays, all you can eat, pan-fried chicken and roast beef from 11 until 3:30. And Father's Day is coming up, so make your reservations for that.
Yeah, and you can go to Amazon and find my wish list.
I'm pretty sure you already got your wish list.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well, maybe, you know, just how it is. But hey, Angie, it's always a pleasure to see you. Our time has come and gone, but come back soon, and you do a great job for our community, and we're pleased to have you here. And it probably ain't little Jack. How big is Jack?
He's 17 pounds or so right now.
Wow.
So he's a good, healthy boy.
And that's absolutely wonderful. And we appreciate you, and tell your family hello from us, and we'll be seeing you soon here at the White Mule, and thanks for the job again that you do for Owensville, and anytime you need any time on the radio, let us know.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, guys.
Good for you to be with us today, and we're gone next week.
You're gone next week.
I'm gone next week, so we will see you soon. But don't forget about the picnics, next week. And I think actually, where are we going? Oh, Don Brandt has spent 50 years in the banking business, and I think he's got an award dinner down at Brampton. So we'll be traveling that highway again, and for his recognition of 50 years of banking, which is 41 years more than the pool has been open at Homeville.
You won't forget that. But now it'll always be 9 years. It'll never keep going up.
Good to see you. Good to be along with you today, and God bless you. And we will see you in a couple of weeks.
Coin experts are calling this an amazing